Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale. Woo!
It's free agency day. Free agency day. It's normally a day when general managers jizz in their pants and just unload money all over the place.
Way too much money. Way too much money.
Not so much today.
A little bit, though.
Some, but not like other years.
No.
This was a pretty low key. And the biggest fish in the pond still swimming.
Still swimming.
Nobody's caught him yet.
Probably not.
Alex Pietrangelo.
Probably not swimming for much longer, though, because teams that we're in are no longer in. So how many teams can – there's 2 or 3 teams that can sign him now. That's it. So
yeah. And so he did not sign in Toronto. He hasn't signed anywhere. Kyle Dubas had a press conference, basically said they were out early. Like, wasn't going to work. So they turned their attention to TJ Brodie. Dubas said they started working at it a little after noon. So that's basically when free agency opened.
Yeah, it opened at noon.
So they probably had a few talks. The number on Pietrangelo was probably too high. We don't know exactly, but they decided to just go a different direction. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, man. Like signing another $8 or $9 million, 7 years, they would have had to go term. Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Well, it leaves you with so little. So if you have $45 million, $50 million in 5 players, and the cap's stuck at $83 million, you're left with $33 million to fill out another 18 players.
Yeah, it seems crazy. So, but what? So, I mean, what? Did they lowball the guy? If they thought they could do it, you know what I mean?
Maybe they didn't even make an offer. Like he said, they weren't even close, which makes me think they just said, "What are you looking for?" And whatever the answer was, they were like, "Oh, no." Because you don't know. He could have been like, 8 by 10, 80 million. And you're like, well, can't do that.
Well, they would have had to make room. They would have had to make, if the Pietrangelo thing would have happened, they would have had to make other moves anyway. Somebody else going out to make it all work. But anyway, in the end, he's not coming to Toronto. He's probably going to Vegas, maybe Boston, probably Vegas. Vegas was already moving out money to probably, they're already clearing money to bring him in. So it's probably going to happen. But anyway, whatever. I hope he stays in the West. But as of right now, it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday night, October the 9th, I think. And they made 2 signings today. Go ahead.
Yeah, TJ Brodie, left shot defenseman. Dale was telling me before that they're planning on having him play the right side, but he does not shoot right.
He's played the right side his whole career.
But he is left-handed.
Yeah.
So he has signed 4 years, $5 million a year. And the other signing they made, which basically happened right off the bat, right at the get-go, they signed Brodie and Simmonds. 1 year, $1.5 million.
Yep.
Yeah, it is what it is with Brodie and Simmonds. It's a wait and see.
Yeah, I just going back to to Brodie for a second. Like he's basically played with Giordano his whole time in Calgary. He was his D partner. He was Giordano's D partner the year Giordano won the Norris. That was only a couple of years ago, I think. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I don't know, TJ Brodie. I think I'll be honest. I don't watch a lot of Calgary Flames games, but this is basically what Dubas wanted to do last summer, right? Like he was the guy he was targeting last summer. So here we go, year later or over a year later, but the next free agency period, he gets the guy that he wanted in the first place. So whatever. Like, is he a shutdown guy? Is he a stay-at-home guy? Like I was reading about him that he can be a stay-at-home D-man, doesn't turn the puck over, smart hockey sense, very different player than Tyson Barrie. Which is good if that's true. I don't know that much about him. Do you? Like, to be honest, I don't know that much about TJ Brodie. I know the name. I know he played with Giordano, but other than that,
yeah, we don't watch a lot of West games. So I did today just watching video on TJ Brodie. Same with Brodie and Simmonds. Just watching them both. He's more stay at home. He kind of reminds me of a version of Jake Muzzin.
Yeah, not as gritty, probably.
Not as gritty, not as physical, but that he's more closer to Jake Muzzin than he is to Tyson Berry.
Well, hell, man. Okay, so like Cody Cece's out, Barry's out. I keep wanting to call him Giordano. Brodie's in. That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Like that is an upgrade.
Subconsciously, you want Giordano on the team.
Yeah, that'd be nice too, man. But look, man, Brodie playing with Riley, there's your top pair, and it's an upgrade. So whether they sign somebody else or they go with Muzzin and Hall and Dermott and Lettinen and Sandin and Liljegren, and like that's, there you go. Like we'll see what happens. But it's an upgrade. Like you take Cece out, you replace him with Brodie. That's an upgrade in my opinion.
Oh, it's a huge upgrade. And they're basically making the same money. Cece was getting 4.5, Brodie's getting 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's the same money.
Yeah, for sure. So they should still have some money to play with, but they did
not Pietrangelo money.
No. But they did, because you still have like the 2.5 that Barry was making that's gone. You've got Kapanen's $3 million that's gone. They didn't qualify Gauthier, so that was whatever he was making, $700,000 or whatever.
Which is kind of funny, eh? Not so much Gauthier, but more on Bracco. Remember all the talk about throwing him in a trade to try and get you something?
Yeah. Now he's gone for nothing.
I don't think you could have got much for him, but maybe you could have packaged him with something.
I don't know. It doesn't look like he might not be an NHL player. But
no, he might not, but he did have an upside.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They liked his speed and his skill. What a shock. But
yeah. Well, that's why you draft skill. You develop it to trade it. You don't let it walk.
Well, here they go. But anyway, with the money, so they still have some money available. Like I said, the Kapanen $3 million, Gauthier's money, which isn't much, and then the money from Barry, like you give an extra 5, like let's say $2 million, because you're paying Brodie 5 now. I like the term 4 years. That's good. You're not locked into 7 years like you will be. Some team's going to be with Pietrangelo, which is good. But like they should still have some cash to play with here. They did qualify Mikheyev and Dermott, so those guys are going to get paid. He said, I think Dubas said today that Mikheyev is going to go to arbitration. So someone else, a third party, is going to settle it, which is good. So there won't be like a contract negotiation there. And they're going to, what's Dermott going to ask? Probably not that much.
Well, after the season he had, he can't ask for too much.
No, he can't. So, I think they're fine there. And then, so there's still some wiggle room, but those guys are going to eat up some of that cap. Like maybe you split Kapanen's money in half and you give 1.5 to Mikheyev and 1.5 to Dermott, or maybe you get Mikheyev for $1 million. I don't fucking know. Whatever the case may be. But
it's hard to arbitrate a case with a guy who missed as much time as Mikheyev did.
Oh, for sure. And
in his only NHL season.
No, without a doubt. But I would like to, and Dubas said this, I think. I was reading on Twitter just before we started here that like he's not done. Like he's still looking to upgrade on the blue line, and whether that be trade or free agency, like I could still see a Johnson or a Kerfoot or somebody like that. It could be somebody else, but more likely one of those two guys out the door, whether it's a trade or just like whatever. Well, obviously it would have to be a trade, but
yeah.
Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't, but I think I don't think this is the only move he makes back there. I think there will be another move. It might not come tomorrow or tonight, but I think that there will be. He's going to try to do something else on the blue line, right?
Yeah, if you look at it the way you were talking, if Brodie is Cece's replacement, then you need Barry's replacement.
Well, that's probably Sandin, though.
Maybe.
He's got to play. They already burned a year of his entry level. He's got to play.
But don't you think they could use one more?
Oh, yeah.
The defense is much improved today. Like, just getting TJ Brodie and swapping out Cece and Barry, it's more improved today.
No. With that, but I'm saying like Sandin's more of like a Barry type player. They're looking for a guy for another defenseman that's not that type of player. Closer to a Brodie, closer to a Muzzin.
I'm just saying in depth on the depth chart.
You
need someone to replace Barry. Yeah. I see Sandin coming in as 5 or 6 on the depth chart.
100%.
Just for this year. Down the road, I think he's going to be much higher.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But if you can get someone to replace Barry, because Cece was playing on your top pair.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So if you replace that with TJ Brodie, that makes Morgan Riley better.
Oh, dude, so much better.
And then you have Muzzin and Hall. But if Hall could just slip back into a 5
Yeah,
or 6,
I agree.
You could plug a guy in there.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. They should be looking for somebody to.
You were texting me today saying they need. You're like, I don't know what Torrey Krug's looking for.
Wow.
But they should go down that road. And then did you see what Torrey Krug got?
Yeah. Like he hit the fucking
$45 million contract.
Yeah, he hit a grand slam, man. Insane. He would have been nice. Like him and Muzzin, that would be great. But
who did he sign with? The St. Louis Blues. So what does that say?
Well, Pietrangelo's gone. He's not returning
any
there.
money they had for Pietrangelo, they don't have it anymore.
But without Torrey Krug and without Chara, I don't know if Chara's going back to Boston. Like they've got some money there, so maybe I don't know how hard up against it the Bruins are, but Vegas or Boston are probably the two most likely destinations for Pietrangelo now. But who cares? Whatever. Anyway, so Dubas, I like the Brodie signing. Like we were talking about this in the last couple podcasts about like what's more realistic if the Pietrangelo thing doesn't happen, and like Brodie's name kept coming up, and because we were like that's who we wanted anyway, so good chance he might circle back there. So I'm not surprised that that's where he went at all. Right?
No, this is the guy he wanted. So he was going to trade Kadri for him last year.
Yeah.
Yep,
last summer.
It didn't work. I think Kadri ex-nated it. I think he said, I'm not going.
He did, yeah.
So then he got Barry. So basically, whitewash, you traded Kadri for Brodie down the road.
Well, yeah, basically.
You got the guy you
I like the Brodie signing. That's good. I hope he does. I hope he's able to do something else back there too. But if not, at least he was able to get somebody to play with Riley. So I good. Like today was a win for sure. I don't think the price tag is crazy, to be honest, and the term is good. So I don't have anything bad to say about that signing. I wasn't crazy about the idea of them signing Wayne Simmonds. It's growing on me the more that I've thought about it. I think maybe they could have spent that money somewhere else, but
it's 1 year, $1.5 million. It was a little steep. I thought maybe league minimum or $1 million, but 1.5, it is what it is. But then when I saw Wayne Simmonds talking about the work he's putting in and having all this time off due to COVID and how healthy he feels, I thought, well, if you can get, like, let's say the last few years hasn't been feeling 100%. If you get Wayne Simmonds coming in feeling better than he's felt in years.
Yeah, if he's healthy and I agree. Like it's probably
maybe he can add something.
Yeah, like he left money on the table. Montreal was offering him more and whatever. He said like he left money on the table to come. He wants to be here. So I mean, I guess, and he does add with Clifford not around anymore. Like it does add that what they're lacking in the, like.
But I think it does add what they're lacking. But I think they need something third line. They need to add something, whether it's through a trade, because right now I don't think like Simmonds and Spezza are, let's say they're good signings. They're not going to I don't think Simmonds is going to play on the third line.
Where's he going to play?
I think he's going to be a fourth liner as the season goes on.
Well, I think they're going to try him. Yeah, maybe.
They're going to try him on the third line, but I would like to see, I wish we had a Spezza and Simmonds on the fourth line and then a Spezza and Simmonds from 5 years ago on the third line.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. If you can find those type of players to fill out the third line and get rid of Kerfoot. Maybe you want to give Kerfoot another chance, but I just have this feeling he won't be a part of the team.
No, you could have a fourth line of Engvall with Spezza and Simmonds, and as of right now, depending on what they do with Kerfoot and Janssen, you could have little Johnny with Kerfoot, and I would pencil Nick Robertson in. So. But that's, like you're not putting Robertson on the fourth line. Not a fucking chance.
No. You don't put a guy with that skill on the fourth line.
So we'll see. And there could be other moves, like we'll see. Like he might not be done. So we'll see what happens. But so it's okay. Like I wasn't just the 1.5 for Simmonds. I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess it's not the same guy, not the 30 goal scorer he was in Philadelphia, but can he get you 10, 12 or 15? He probably can. He probably can. And he brings that element of like,
he's definitely an upgrade.
Keep your fucking head up or I'll fucking I'll hammer you.
But the thing I don't get is Is he a huge upgrade from Kyle Clifford?
I think he's offensively
He
better.
can, yeah, he's got better hands.
Yeah.
He's probably he's not a
Cliff-
great skater, but he's probably better than Kyle.
Probably better than Clifford. Clifford's fucking tough as nails, though. If you're talking like
That's
fighting,
what Clifford is. He's the guy that you want on your team.
Take the
you
fighting.
Don't want to be playing against Clifford.
No, take the fighting element of it out of it though. I'd rather have Simmonds over Clifford. I think because he can skate better and he does have more offensive ability than Kyle Clifford. And here's the thing with that, like that's the same money Clifford was asking for, but Dubas would have had to give up. If they re-signed Clifford, they would have had to give up a second-round pick. So that's I think the main reason. I don't think it was the money. I think it was he didn't want to do that personally. So I don't know.
Well, you probably wouldn't trade a second-round pick for Kyle Clifford.
No.
So to give one up and I think if you're thinking about it in terms of the playoffs in clutch games, let's say you're in another situation like you were against Columbus. My money would be on Wayne Simmonds would provide you with maybe scoring that goal that you need to get the team going over Kyle Clifford.
Right. I agree.
He's been there. He's done that.
Well,
same with Spezza, right? Like I feel more comfortable that even a 38-year-old Spezza would give you more than a Nick Patan.
Oh, without a doubt. But if you want to talk experience in the playoffs and stuff, like Simmonds doesn't have a lot of playoff experience.
No, but he has NHL experience and he's scored more goals.
No, I know.
He's done more things.
Clifford's got a lot more playoff experience than Wayne Simmonds. But
he playing on a team that's been in the playoffs. I don't know if Kyle Clifford played a whole bunch.
Sure.
5-6 minutes a night, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Simmonds. Yeah, I hear you. I understand.
But yeah, he's done it. To be there is to be there. You know, you can't take that away from him.
I don't mind it. Like as long like he left money on the table, he wants to be there. We'll see. I think his plan is like he wants to show them. The interview I saw with him today when he was like in his car on his phone or something. I don't know. But he's like, it sounded to me like he was like, yeah, I'm taking less right now. I'm going to come in and show them that I still have game left. And like, I want to stick around here. That's the impression I took away from that interview. I don't think this is going to be like a one and done, or at least he doesn't want it to be. He doesn't want it to be.
Well, if you ever want to go to a place that can revive your career, you go to Toronto in that spotlight and have a good season. You're getting way more than $1.5 million next year. Whether it's with the Leafs or someone else.
He could be an instant fan favorite in the first week or the first month of the season, depending what he does. A couple Gordie Howe hat tricks and fucking Leafs fans will eat this guy up. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so 2 thumbs up for me on this, on Dubas. Hey guys, Dale here from the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. Thanks very much for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please feel free to leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of the video or give us an idea for a future video. You can also follow us on Instagram. You can like us on Facebook to stay up to date with everything we're going to be doing in regards to the new season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have a lot of things in the works coming up for the new NHL season whenever that starts, January 1st, I think. You can also listen to our podcast on all podcast platforms, Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify, wherever you can listen to podcasts, we're there. The Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. We really would appreciate your support. We'll see you soon. Catch you later.